Nadav and Avihu, two of Aaron's sons, died this week. And the Torah tells us, Aaron was silent, which got him rewarded because he could have questioned Hashem for what he had done, but instead he was silent. I want to ask a question through a story. Rabbi Kiva was once going on a journey, and he got to a certain town and asked where the inn was. The people of the town were unhelpful and didn't tell him where it was. Undeterred, he went to a field to sleep. All he had brought with was a candle, a rooster and a donkey. As he was lying in the field, his candle was flickering in the darkness. Then suddenly, a gust of wind came and extinguished the fire. Now it was all dark. Subsequently, a cat came and ate the rooster. After all that, a lion came and devoured his donkey. Now Rabbi Kiva was left with nothing. But even though all this had happened to him, he said, Kol da'ovid Rachmana, the tav of it. Everything Hashem does, he does for the good. Then all of a sudden, an army came into the town and took the city into captivity. So Rabbi Kiva says, didn't I tell you? Kol da'ovid Rachmana, the tav of it. Everything Hashem does, he does for the good. It turns out, he wasn't in the town to be taken captive, and because he had no light from his candle, because his rooster didn't make any noise, and because his donkey, his big donkey, wasn't near him, his location wasn't given away, and he lived. This is the Gemara in Brachos. The Gemara teaches us that even if something bad happens to a person, he is still supposed to bench Hashem. If so, what was so good about Aaron being silent when his two sons died? He should have done something better. He should have praised Hashem and not kept silent. Let's stop for a moment and take a look at who Nadav and Avihu were. Rashi tells us that after this incident happened, Moshe tells Aaron, now I see that your sons are greater than you and I. That means Nadav and Avihu were greater than Moshe and Aaron. And they were called Hashem's honored ones. So when they died, it wasn't just Aaron that had lost children, rather it was Hashem who had lost two great tzaddikim as well as the rest of Klal Yisrael. Aaron could have stood there after they died and said, Kol da'ovid Rachmana, the tav of it. Everything Hashem does, he does for the good. But the reason he didn't is because when they died, it wasn't just him who lost something, rather Hashem. He had lost so much more. Like it says, there's eis lechashois ve'eis ledaber, a time to be silent and a time to speak. When Hashem is also the one who lost something, and there's a loss in his kavod shemaim, then it's a time to be silent. This is what Aaron did, and therefore got rewarded. We need to realize that everything that happens in our lives is firstly from Hashem, and secondly is for the good. We may not see the reason, but Kol da'ovid Rachmana, the tav of it. When something good happens to us, as well as something bad, we need to thank Hashem and give him praise. So let's try and apply this to our day. Everything that happens is from Hashem, even though it may seem like it's not. And let's thank him for all that occurs to us throughout our day, whether for good or for bad. Have an awesome Shabbat.